Hi everyone, Laura and Lauren here from Lauren's lovely little library. We are back for day 3 of the back to school tips. Hope you've been enjoying everything that we've shared with you so far. So today we are going to focus on building up the children's confidence. So obviously you've kind of dealt with the first day back to school and the nerves and everything like that. But as you start to move forward with the weeks of them starting, maybe their communication with you starting to drop off a little bit, or you're starting to feel a little bit disconnected. So how can we kind of build up their confidence and kind of create a bit of conversation between with you and your children? So what do you think people could do for that?
I think again it's making that tiny bit. It doesn't even have to be a long time, like 5-10 minutes is fine, because your child won't want to sit with you every day for 20 minutes and give you a blow by blow account of everything they've done. Hate me. But it's having that, you know, I always remember my mum, we'd get home from school, we'd have talked about various things in the car, not necessarily all school related, but when we got home we used to make a little cup of tea, have some biscuits, and we used to sit down, my mum, my sister and myself, and, you know, oh, Lauren, what did you learn at school today? Oh, well, actually, I learnt about X, Y and Z. And, you know, my sister would say, oh, actually, I learnt something in history about Florence Nightingale. Or, you know, and it was that sort of quite a natural conversation that, because it was always a part of our daily routine, it never became, what did you do at school today? Oh, I don't know. We didn't do anything.
Yeah.
We didn't have that. And I know as children get older, you do get that. I did that. You know, Lauren, what did you do at school today? Oh, nothing really. There is never a day where you do nothing.
Yeah.
And I think it's building in that time. And
I guess it's harder as well, like with the older children now. Obviously, I'm not there with my children because they're still very young.
Yeah.
But with things like PlayStation and everything, all they want to get home to is that. So do they want to be sitting talking to you? So that's another battle that you're going to have, isn't it?
And I think in situations like that, use those bits of time where, and this sounds really horrible, but where they're stuck with you. You know, when you're in the car or when you're walking back from school, when it is just you time, they haven't got the telly to distract them. They aren't wanting to race off.
Yeah.
Just use those little bits of time, or, you know, on a Thursday or something. Oh, let's nip into the cafe on the way home and get a cookie or something.
Yeah, I think that's a really good idea, because if you're doing it at home where they are itching to get to their PlayStation or any sort of technology that we all know that they use, you are then becoming almost the enemy because you're stopping them. But if you kind of did it as a bit of a treat on the way home, then they would see that as, oh, okay, let's have this time, we'll have a bit of a chat. And actually I think that's quite nice to build up your relationship anyway.
It is. And also, like you were saying earlier, like, oh, I'm going to really miss Holly because I've not been away from her for that long. It's for you, it's having that quality 10 minutes of time where it's just you and her.
Yeah,
and
I think that's a really good idea.
Nice.
Yeah. So yeah, I think it is just going to be a lot. And then I guess it's encouraging, and maybe the teachers pick up on this more, but what if your children aren't making friends?
That's a really, really difficult thing. And often, and this sounds probably really odd to you, but a lot of children will go home and say, oh, who did you play with today? No one.
Oh God, that will literally break. Like,
I bet they did. I bet they did. I have people coming in and saying to me, oh, Miss Harvey, I'm really worried that, you know, so-and-so's been playing on his own at playtimes. Oh, well, actually, you know, when I was on duty the other day, I saw him playing with Stephen and, you know, and all these other children. And when they then ask their children, they say, oh, yeah, no, I did play with them. And it might just be that one thing happened at the end of the day where maybe they were put into partners and they were working with someone they didn't particularly get on with or something. And then that's like tarnished their whole day. Well, nobody wanted to play with me today. Yeah. Nobody chose me to be their partner. And I think that is something that lots of parents do come in and talk to you about. Do they? Because that's what I'm thinking. So it's okay, obviously, to come in and have a chat with you and just say, I'm a bit concerned about such and such. Because, you know, although when they come to school, it's you know, you're the teacher, you're sort of in charge when they're at school. It's very much, I think, home and school need to link. There needs to be that communication. You know, if something's happened at home and you don't know about it and they come in and they're really out of character, you're worrying about them all day. Or maybe, you know, they haven't slept very well the night before, they're a bit sort of lethargic and can't be bothered today. And you know, will you get in the line? Will you please do this? You know, and actually, if you know they didn't sleep very well last night, they were really worried about the spelling test or whatever, then you make allowances for them. But if we don't know, and the child's not going to tell us themselves, especially when they're really little, it's quite difficult to deal with that. So I think it's sort of showing your child that yourself and their teacher, you're sort of a team.
Yeah.
And that, you know, anything, if there's ever a problem and you tell mummy or you tell Miss Harvey, we can sort it out together.
Yeah.
And I think, like you said, we were talking about giving them confidence. I think that does give them confidence and belief in that we're all going to work together to make sure that school is the best possible thing that it can be for them.
Yeah, because you also have like the contact books and stuff, don't you? So how long does that last for in terms of like age? Is that for the whole of like primary? Or...
Yeah,
is it really?
In all the schools that I've worked in, we have it throughout.
Oh, wow.
You do notice with the younger years, you have lots of. Last night we did, you know, which is lovely to read, and we always enjoy seeing that. And in year 6, it's like read page 5 signature, and I get that it goes on, you know, as time goes on. But use that contact book. You know, I know a lot of schools have like open door policies in the morning where the parents are on the playground, the teachers go out on the playground, and you have sort of a window of 5-10 minutes where you can quickly nab them and tell them something that you need to, you know, like, oh, so-and-so's having school dinners today, she normally has packed lunches, so she might be a bit worried. Any like little things like that, just share, because it makes you feel better, it makes your child feel better, and then we're in the loop. So definitely use things like contact books.
Great. So hopefully that has helped with a bit of confidence after they've started. Join us tomorrow, where we are going to be talking about how returning to school or starting school actually impacts us mums, and what we can avoid doing and what we can do to help us get through it as well. See you tomorrow.
Bye.